Good morning, everyone. My name is Qamar Zaman, and I'm coming live from Dallas, Texas. And I have my host here, Macy English. She is the Vice President of Social Incentive and a Dallas-based Twitter marketing expert. How are you, Macy?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Today we're going to go over a challenging topic. This topic is on the heart of every small business in America and how they can use marketing using Twitter. So, Macy, could you give us some tips to increase and leverage the business?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Twitter, when it comes to small businesses, everybody knows they need to have a Facebook page, but when it comes to Twitter, it's kind of this big question mark. And small businesses know that they need to be a part of it, but they might not know how. So I've kind of put together 5 basic tips of how small businesses can leverage the power of Twitter marketing. The first tip would be present. And so with that tip, well, actually, let me go over and say the 5 tips, and then we can kind of go back and forth, Qamar. So the first tip is be present, as I mentioned. The second tip is to set goals. The third tip is to be active. The fourth tip is to engage in real time. And then the 5th tip is to be local. So I look forward to sharing a little bit more as we get deeper in.
Yeah, go ahead. Can you go over the first tip to be present? Can you explain that in detail?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you do not have a Twitter account, do not fear. We at Social Incentive can actually help you set up your account. You can simply click the link that's in the app once you sign up. I'm also going to be posting a blog post to our blog page at socialincentive.com where you can easily sign up for Twitter. So the first step, first and foremost, is to actually have a Twitter account. So as a small business, in 140 characters or less, you have to describe your business to the world. So if anybody goes to your Twitter page, they'll see what you're about very succinctly and can recognize the value that you bring to the local marketplace.
Interesting. So in order to create the account, they can subscribe to your tool, go in, create an account, and they can start going on.
Mm-hmm.
Great tip.
Social Incentive is a Twitter marketing tool that enables small businesses to easily engage with potential customers on Twitter. And so since the first step of that is to actually have a Twitter account, if you don't have one, that's okay. If you sign up for our software, we'll actually walk you through the steps of how to set up a Twitter account.
Very good. So the next tip that you mentioned was set goals. So can you go over the goal setting? What are the objectives? What do they expect to know?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So when you get involved in a social media platform, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed. How can I take advantage of Twitter? What do I do? What do I say? How do I know that anything's working? First and foremost, I highly recommend that you actually set goals. And, then you think to yourself, okay, now what? What type of goals? Some examples that I would love to share with you are increased website traffic would be a great goal. Another goal would be to generate leads for your business off of Twitter. A third goal might be to promote a specific product or a service, or maybe it's an event that you're running that you want to try to promote. But you can have key activities of what you're trying to achieve on Twitter. That will help you as a small business to find, okay, where do I go from here? Then if this is what I'm really trying to do with my business, then I need to do this step and this step and this step. And so those are things that here at Social Incentive, we can help you. We actually have account managers that are right here in Dallas that help you walk through setting goals and defining what do you want to try to achieve out of a particular campaign.
Okay, so I'll segue that goal setting into something in detail. These small businesses usually don't have a list, so they rely on their email, and not everybody has a big email list. Can they build a Twitter list of followers through your tool and then increase that list on Twitter? So then they can one of the goals could be lead generation. So once they have a sizable list, they can start to hone in on that.
Mm-hmm. So one of the great things, value that we bring to a small business is your list or your follower base on Twitter does not have to be anything sizable. It could be zero when you start
Mhm.
the social send it tool. We actually help you find potential followers, but more importantly, potential customers. And so we're listening the entire Twitterverse, if you will, for anybody saying something relevant about your business, about your industry, or maybe a particular product or service that you offer. And so as you engage with these people, we help you. One of the byproducts is building a follower base. But that's not the number one objective, I don't believe, on Twitter is to increase your followers. The number one objective is to grow your business. And so we help you find leads and convert them into customers, which then again builds your customer list, and then you can implement loyalty campaigns and all of those other kinds of things that you do as a marketer and as a small business.
Awesome. I see you have a very nice wall and some hashtags in the background. Can you go over some of the hashtags before we go to tip number 3?
Yeah, absolutely. So here on your left, you will see our handle @socialcentive. If you guys have any questions or want to mention us or would like further explanation on anything in the video, you can tag us in your tweet. We'll be sure to respond to you right away. And then we've got some hashtags right here that are really popular that we listen into on a daily basis. Now, they're not specific just to this video alone, but those are hashtags that we are constantly monitoring and would love to join into conversations with you about that as well.
Interesting. So go ahead, go with your tip number 3, which was be active. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so be active. Consistency is king when it comes to Twitter. Now, don't get overwhelmed because you think, oh gosh, I gotta be in this all day, every day, tweeting and doing all of these kinds of things. Consistency could be just a few minutes every day. So we see the most success with small businesses when they're on Twitter for just a few minutes, anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 minutes a day. They're engaging with potential customers, they're seeing what certain trends are happening, and it will get you more familiar with the tool. And so you'll start to learn Twitter better, but you'll also start to see opportunities for your small business to succeed. So you'll start to identify key things that are happening on Twitter, how things are changing, what's working for you, what's not. So don't feel overwhelmed and have this be this daunting thing. Being active just means you need to have some type of a presence on a daily basis throughout the week, and we can help you easily do that with Social Incentive.
Pretty cool. Your next tip was engage, so let's go over that.
Mm-hmm. So engaging in real time. So going back to that being active on a daily basis, it's really cool that the power of Twitter enables you to be able to engage in real time with real people all over the world or even in your backyard. So the most common phrases that people mention on Twitter are I need and I want. Everybody wants to tell the world about where they want to go, what they want to do, what they want to eat. Those are kind of the most popular categories. And as a business, it's just a treasure trove of people mentioning certain things about your products and services where you can engage with those people in real time. So we like to say it's kind of like surprise and delight is more of the effect that you have when you engage with potential customers in real time. So for example, let's say you're a pizza shop and someone says, oh, I'd give anything for a slice of pizza. Yes, believe it or not, there are people going on Twitter saying they would love a slice of pizza. And so you can step in as a small business, as a pizza shop, saying, hey, I've got what you need. Click here to get 25% off your purchase, or here's a free slice on us, to come in and try us out. Immediately what happens is you just had a real-time engagement with a customer at a local level or at a nationwide level, depends on what your targeting is. But you can have that conversation with a potential customer and you get this kind of surprise and delight moment of really pleasing somebody based upon what they said they wanted or what they needed. So it's a really great opportunity as a small business to leverage the power of consumer intent.
Very cool. And I'll segue that to your fifth point, be local. And I know there's a lot of business in our backyard. So can you go over that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as a small business, your backyard is a treasure trove of potential customers. So, this is in one way a way that Twitter can seem a little bit daunting because it is a global platform. It's a platform that enables you to talk to anybody around the world. And so, to focus in and find people that are right in your neighborhood can seem very difficult, or how do I do that? Well, here at Social Incentive, we made it really, really easy. So when you set up a campaign within our software, we give you the ability to say, okay, where is your backyard? What is the city that you serve? Do you serve a mile radius around that city? And then you tell us some keywords of what we need to be listening for. What would people possibly be talking about for us to be able to serve them up to you basically on a silver platter of here are leads, here are potential customers for your business to engage with. And so being local on Twitter is very, very important, and it can be achieved. You just have to use the right tools to be able to do that. One of is Social Incentive.
From what you just said, social incentive is really powerful tool. You define a lot of benefits to it, and it seems like this must be a real expensive tool. So how can small businesses afford something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we really, here at Social Incentive, one of our missions is to equip the entrepreneur at heart with tools that they wouldn't otherwise have access to. And so to be able to provide a tool that can achieve certain results for the small business owner is a passion of ours. So for that being, you can run a campaign with Social Incentive for as little as $49 a month. You can go to socialincentive.com and sign up for a free trial. So you don't even have to put your credit card information in or anything. You get a 7-day free trial. You can test our tools, set up a campaign, and see the value that it generates for your business. And then from there, it's just a month-to-month subscription model. You can use it in the months that you need it or not in the months that you don't. But you can get set up and run campaigns and generate as many leads as you want for as little as $49 a month.
Oh, that's really inexpensive. Are there any hidden costs after $49? Can you go with that?
Yeah, there's no hidden cost whatsoever. If you want to run another campaign, it's another $49. Another opportunity that we also offer is if you don't have time to respond to these leads as a small business, we know that your time is very precious and you wear a lot of different hats. We also have a package called Reply Pro, where our experts here in Dallas, Texas, will actually respond to those tweets on your behalf. And upgrading to that package, right now our pricing is at $299 per month for a Reply Pro package. And that's something that you can contact your account manager about if you'd like to upgrade to that model. But it is not a hidden fee anywhere. It's just an added value that we give you if you need that as a small business.
So really, for $300, you could do all the work for them.
Yeah.
That's only like $10 a day that you spend as much on coffee.
Yeah. And better yet, we bring you customers instead of coffee.
That's true. Well, this seems to be a great tool. Any other tips? Before we go into that, we talked about hashtags. Hashtags are very confusing and not many people know about it. Can you tell us what is a hashtag?
Yeah, so a hashtag, think of a hashtag as a topic that a lot of people are trying to come together on. So it's a way for a lot of public profiles of people who don't follow each other or aren't connected in any way on Twitter to join in the conversation. You'll hear that a lot on news outlets or sports shows or various network television. They'll talk about a specific hashtag to mention in your tweets. That way you can be part of a larger conversation. So hashtags are used more as a topic that categorizes and sorts a lot of tweets that are happening at one time with thousands or even millions of people around the world. It just depends on how many people are participating in the larger global conversation.
Interesting. So that's to narrow down the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thank you so much for this interview. We definitely liked it. and hope that everybody gets to use social incentive. It's a great tool. And thanks for the interview, Macy, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. Everybody have a great day.